Make the ground shake.
Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Gummy, and today we are back for another plushie tutorial, again continuing with the Pokemon series. Now today we're doing something a bit different and a bit more special, I guess you could say, because today we are doing one of the legendary birds from Gen 1. So today we're doing Zapdos, of course the instinct bird, the yellow bird, and the materials you're going to need to build this are the following. You'll need yellow wool, yellow clay, grey wool, oak planks, orange wool, block of quartz, black wool, quartz stairs, acacia wood slabs, and also white skulls. Now if you're on PC, of course, you'll be able to use mods and custom, I guess, plugins, which will allow you to get pure white skulls. If you're on a platform that doesn't allow that, simply use skeleton skulls and it will look just as good, trust me. So anyways, I'll give you guys a second to pause here and grab them blocks into your inventory, and then we're going to get straight on into building. Before we start that, I do want to give credit where credit is due. This was designed mainly by Diamond555, so I'll leave all his information down in the description down below. Go show him some love and support. It is, again, a really awesome design, and he worked really hard on it. So also, let me know down in the comments below if you want to see the other two birds, Articuno and Moltres, and leave a like as well if you want to see them. So the more likes, more comments I see, the happier I'll be, of course, and also the less dead my channel will be with this new YouTube algorithm. I don't even know. But anyways, let's stop rambling about that. I could go on all day about that. Let's get straight into building. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a nice empty space, and this is where you have a bit of customizability already. So essentially, this is going to be the lowest point, this grey block right here. So if you want to have him floating, just build simply up into the air like this, and our Zapdos will be floating. If you want to have him sitting on the floor, then just feel free to start on the floor. So that's one thing I want to point out straight away. What we're going to do, and this is the tail, because of course Zapdos has the legs coming out the front, is we're going to go up one using grey wool. We're then going to leave a 4-block gap to right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th block we're going to build up 2 grey wool. So there's 2 pillars of grey wool, as you can see here, and there's a 4-block gap in between. Now we're going to bridge this gap by placing 4 yellow clay on the second layer. So there's a gap of 4 blocks here, and above that a row of 4 yellow clay. Now on top of the grey wool on either side we're going to place 1 yellow clay. So it should currently look like this, almost like the underside of a smile being held up by a pillar of grey wool on each side. In between the 2 yellow clay, we're going to place 4 yellow wool, and above that we're going to place 4 more yellow wool. So this is step 1 of the tail. Okie dokie. So again, if you want to pause, feel free to do so whenever you need to, and we shall continue. So what we're going to do now is start adding some further layers. So what I mean by this is 3D layers, I guess you could say, that add on to it and aren't on the same level. So what we do is we come to this yellow clay right here on the bottom left and bottom right corner, and we're going to bring it forwards 1 using 1 yellow wool. Bear in mind, this is going to be the front side of the bird then, so if you want to do it on the other side and make the bird face the other way, then feel free to do that. But this is going to be the front side. What we're then going to do is to the left of the left yellow wool, we're going to go 2 to left using yellow clay and punch out the first block. So you'll have a second block which will be floating at this point, connected diagonally to the grey wool. We'll do the exact same on the right side now, so we go 1, 2 to right, punch out the middle one, and you have a floating block which looks like this. Okay, so that is basically the first stage of the wing, or the tail, I guess you could say. Yeah, it's a tail, it's not a wing. So what we're going to do is come around to the rear side, and you'll have something that looks like this. What we're going to do is directly below, so we have this top row of yellow wool at the top. Underneath this, we have another row of 4 yellow wool. And what we're going to do is, starting off on the left side, we're going to place 1 yellow clay, 2 yellow wool, and 1 yellow clay. So there'll be a 1 block gap, yellow clay, 2 yellow wool, yellow clay, 1 block gap. Then what we're going to do is above the 2 yellow wool, we're going to place 2 more. So it's now a 2x2 square of yellow wool. And just to, I guess, cap it off, underneath this layer, we're going to do a layer of 6 yellow wool. So it will now look something like this. The final step is going to be grabbing ourselves our 2 yellow clay, and on the bottom layer we're going to count 2 blocks, and on the 3rd and 4th place 2 yellow clay, and it will have another 2 block gap, and it will look like this from the rear side, and that is that. It's as simple as that, and that is the rear side of the tail. Now, of course, the way we're going to connect it to the body, we're going to come up to the front side again, to the two middle blocks. So we leave one block, we have two blocks, and then we have another block. So on top of the two middle blocks, so block 2 and block 3, we're going to build up 2 blocks of yellow wool on each one, and that'll give you a 2x2 square. So again, from the front side, it looks like this, and from the rear side, like this. Now you'll notice at the rear side, it kind of comes out like bigger, and the part here is thinner. So essentially, we're not going to make this too thick, it's going to be one thick, and it's to represent the curves of the tail. So it kind of curves down at the bottom, and then curves back in at the top, moving on into the body. Okay, so that is what it looks like so far. That is stage number 1, I guess you could say, of this build. Of course, this is more complicated than your traditional normal plushie, which is why I'm doing it in steps, but hopefully it's just as easy to follow. Let me know down in the comments below, I'd love to hear. Okie dokie. So one thing we're going to do, and I've just noticed as well, so I want to point it out, is we're going to get some grey wool, and just to balance it out, behind here, we're going to place 2 grey wool. So, literally, we go diagonal inwards from this grey wool here, place 2 grey wool, and then you should be diagonal inwards again. So, 1 block gap, 2 in the middle, and that is your grey wool. Now, again, that's optional. If you want to add that, feel free. If you don't, also, that's cool. But again, it just adds a bit more grey highlights to it, and adds to the colour variation, I guess you could say. I don't know. Anyways, with that said, moving on up, what we're going to do is come up to the yellow wool at the top, and we're going to go up one more layer. So it's now a 3x2. From here, we're going to bring it forwards 2, so make sure you're at the front side, and bring it forwards 2 using yellow wool, and it will now look something like this. So the body is essentially 4 wide, and 6 wide and 4 thick would probably be the better way of putting it. So this is the first 2 layers. We've got 1 layer here, so what we're going to do is extend backwards a layer. So it's now, as you can see, 4 thick. What we're then going to do is, as I said, it's 6 wide. So at the front side, we're going to go 2 to left using oak planks, and we're also going to go 2 to right using, again, oak planks. Now, next to the yellow wool, we're going to place 1 oak plank on either side, and in the final block gap, we're going to place 1 yellow clay. And what that does is that gives us a 6x2 overhang of the front side, as you can see right here. And then we've got the block that connects to the, I guess, spine almost. And then we've got the 1 block overhang on the rear side. Now for the rear side, what we're going to do is just place 2 yellow wool on either side of the center part. And on the rear side, we leave 1 block, place 1 yellow, leave 1 block. So from above, it will currently look something like this. And that is the underside of the body. Okie dokie. So, from a front point of view, again, looks something like this. We're going to start building up the front side of the body. So, on the left side here, again, the bottom layer is going to be 1 oak plank, 2 oak plank, 2 yellow wool, and then 2 oak plank. On the left side, for the second layer, bear in mind there's 4, we're going to place 1 yellow wool, 1 yellow clay, 4 yellow wool, and 1 yellow clay. For the next layer, we're going to place 6 yellow wool, and for the final layer, we place 1 yellow wool, 1 yellow clay, 2 wool, 1 clay, and 1 wool. And again, as I said, that is a 6x4 rectangle at this point in time. And if you want to pause, feel free to do so. Okay, so coming around to the left side now, you should have a shape which looks something like this. Now the good news is the sides are very, very easy. The first layer consists of a 1 block gap, 1 yellow wool, 1 yellow clay, and 1 oak plank. And that's about as difficult as it gets. So the sides, of course, are 4 wide, however the 4th block is already done, so what we're going to do for the remaining 3 layers is go 3 blocks to the left using yellow wool off the already existent layer, and it will give you a shape like this, and it's as simple as that. That is the side of the body. Now, the right side is the exact same, so we come around to the right side, we've got 1 oak plank, 1 yellow clay, 1 yellow wool, 1 block gap. For the next 3 layers, we're going to go 3 blocks to the right using yellow wool, and it looks like this, and that is the right side of the body, making really nice progress. So coming around to the rear side of the body, you can pretty much tell the shape we're going to be doing. So again, it is 6 wide, 4 tall. In the bottom left and bottom right corner, we have a 1 block gap. All we're going to do for the remaining 3 layers is just do 4 yellow wool each layer, and it will look like that. It's very, very plain. Just fill this part in the top. It doesn't really matter, it will be covered up. You can add some detail potentially, but it's going to be covered up majority by the wings anyways, so it's not too important. So definitely remember that. We are going to be adding wings, and that will cover up quite a lot. Okie dokie, so that is stage number 2 complete. We've got the body, it's missing a lot of detail, and that's what we're going to work on now. But this is the base body, so it's essentially 6 wide, 4 tall, and 4 thick. What we're going to do from here is add the legs. So of course the legs are kind of like out front. On the bottom left corner and bottom right corner, of course we have 1 oak plank. What we're going to do is bring it forwards 1 on either side, so on the left and on the right, bring it forwards 1 using 1 oak plank. What we're then going to do is get our acacia wood slab, and on the lower half of each block, bring it out 1 more using an acacia slab. What we're then going to do is underneath each acacia slab, place another acacia slab. So the reason we're doing this and not getting a block is if you place a block, of course it's going to come up to this height and it's going to look a bit naff. So we want it to be half slab down, and it just gives it a bit more shape and makes the feet, I guess, or the legs have more character and shape to them. So in regards to the actual feet themselves, what we're going to do is in front of the slabs here on the lower half, so we're going to place it onto the lower slab, we're going to place an orange wall, and we're going to bring it 1 forwards, and also on the original block 1 to the left, so it gives you a right angle corner shape. On the right side, same logic applies, so on the lower half, bring it forwards 2, and also go to right 1, and that of course is all out of orange wool, and this is where our skulls come in. So we're going to grab ourselves our skeleton skull, or our white skulls if you're on PC, and on the front side, place a skeleton skull on each side, and on the left and right side, also place a skeleton skull. Now again, the skeleton face is a bit like distracting, which is why 100% I don't really like them that much, but again, if you're on a platform that doesn't have pure white skulls, then you kind of just have to compromise, or alternatively, you could just use another block. I'm trying to think off the top of my head what you could use. Potentially quartz stairs or quartz slab, it's up to you. I'll show you what quartz slab looks like just for curiosity as well, because I want to know what it looks like. So just place it like that, and it looks pretty decent, I guess you could say. So you can either work with quartz slabs, or you could work with skulls, whatever you want to do, either one works just as well, if I don't mess up the rest of it. So yeah, that's what it generally looks like once you add slabs. So skulls or slabs, up to you, feel free to choose. Now we're not done with the feet. So what we're going to do is directly below each acacia slab, we're going to place an orange wall. So it will connect diagonally to the rest of the feet. And then behind it, going towards the body, we're going to place, again, another slab or another skull. And again, avoid doing what I'm doing and completely destroying everything you place. But that is what it looks like once you've done it with the slabs. Again, pretty cool, pretty cool. And I'll show you, again, just for demonstration purposes, what it looks like with the skulls. But if you're on PC, definitely 100% use skulls. That's all I'm going to say. Just, it's so much better. So yeah, that is what it looks like with skulls. Again, if they're pure white, it would look great, but not so great on console. Anyways, you get the idea. That is it so far. Let me replace it to slabs, just because on console, as I said, it looks slightly nicer. Okay, so once you've got the feet done, we're going to move on to, I guess, building into the wings. So the wings are going to be on the rear side. That's kind of a no-brainer. But we need to build into them. We need to start building the shape into the wings before we can actually build the wings. So we're going to come around to the rear side of the body, of course, to start the wings. And we're going to come to the bottom left corner. From here, we're going to count up 1, 2. So this is the third layer now. We're going to place 1 yellow wool on the left side and the right side. So again, on the third layer of either side, we place 1 yellow wool coming towards us, and that's going to be the marker point for each wing. So the wings are going to go off to the left and to the right from these points. So what we're going to do now is come back around to the left side of the body, and as you can see, we now have the 1 block of yellow wool sticking out from the side. From here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the left using yellow clay. So this is the first strand of the wing. From here, we go up to the left, and we also go down to the left. So we're going to start off with the nice and easy part, which is down to the left. So what we do is we come back to this yellow clay right here. We're going to leave this block, go to the left one, and underneath this we're going to place a yellow clay and go 2 blocks to the left, so 3 in total. Underneath this we're going to leave a 1 block gap again and go 3 blocks to the left again, and this is the lower half complete. So above this we go back to this yellow block here. We're going to place 2 yellow wool, 2 yellow clay and 1 yellow wool, and now we're transitioning into the upper left corner. So just like the lower half, the upper half, we leave 1 block and then we place blocks. So we're going to leave 1 block, and on this row we're going to place 5 yellow wool. The next layer we're going to leave another block, so 1 block gap and a 5 block strip of yellow wool. Now the next one is slightly different, so we're going to leave a 2-block gap this time, and then we're going to place 4 yellow wool, and then for the final layer we leave a 1-block gap and place 3 yellow wool. And once you've done that, that is the basic shape of the wing complete. So if you want to pause here and catch up, that is great, that will help you a lot. And of course, I apologise if my explanation for the wing isn't the best, but it is a wing, so it's a tad difficult to explain. Anyways, that is not the wing complete though. Of course it's not. We wouldn't stop there. So what we're going to do is go around to the rear side of the wing, and we're going to start working on the second and third layer because the wings are 3 blocks thick. So what we do is we're going to come around to the rear side, and we're going to start off at this point here, the original starter block. We're then going to go up diagonal once and twice, and to the third block right here. On this third block, we're going to place a yellow wool. We're then going to go to the left one. So this is the 2 blocks we're going to start from right here. On top of this block, we're going to go up a layer, so it's now a 2x2 square. And on the right side, we're going to go up 1 more. Okay, we're then going to go down to this block, and from this block right here, we're going to place 1 grey wool. And then we're going to go up diagonal twice using grey wool to the right side. This is essentially the template. So what we're going to do is directly from this grey wool, we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4 using yellow wool. We're then going to place 1 grey wool. From this grey wool, we go 1 to the right, but we're also going to go down 1 and to the left twice. So as you can see, we're starting to form an outline. From this grey wool here, we're going to go 1 to the left using yellow wool, and then we're going to build back up, and it connects. And as you can see, we have a middle area, which you simply just go ahead and fill in using yellow wool. And that is the layer complete. Now I know it's a bit difficult to see where it is in proportion to the other layer, so I'll come around to the front side as well, just so you can see what parts are visible, which parts are showing, and as you can see, it's mainly the grey wool and a tiny bit of yellow wool at the top corner. What we're then going to do is come around to the rear side and pretty much just cap off all this grey wool. So behind this grey wool right here, we're going to place 1 yellow. We're then going to go up diagonal to right and up 1, so 4 blocks in total, and that is the third layer complete. Now the good news is for the other wing, it's pretty much just rinse and repeat. So I'll show you what the first wing looks like complete. As you can see, that is what it looks like, very, very nice. And we're going to do the exact same. So from this yellow block here on the right side, we're going to basically do the same. So we start off by going 1, 2, 3 to the right using yellow clay, of course. Underneath that, we're going to leave a 1 block gap and place 3 yellow clay. And exact same again, 1 block gap, 3 yellow clay. So that is the lower half complete. For the upper half, we place 2 yellow wool, 2 yellow clay, and 1 yellow wool. On top of this, we leave a 1 block gap, and we place 5 yellow wool. We're going to do the exact same again, so 1 block gap, 5 yellow wool. Just a little progress report, this is what it looks like. Of course, if you want to pause, 2 more layers remaining. So the next layer, we're going to leave a 2 block gap, we're then going to place 4 yellow wool, and for the final layer, we leave 1 and then place 3 yellow wool. And of course, that is the basic shape of the wing. And now we need to go ahead and add the other layers around the rear side of the wing. So that is what it looks like on the left side with the rear layers and on the right side without. So you can really see the 3D layers really do benefit the build. Coming around to the rear side. So, same logic as before, we're going to come to the center block, this one right here, and we're going to go up diagonal once and twice, and on the third block, we're going to place a yellow wool. We're then going to go to the right one, and up a layer, so it's now a 2x2 square, as you can see, positioned right there. On the left side, we're going to build up 1 using yellow wool, and then we're going to go down a block and go to the left one using 1 grey wool. Again, just backing up so you can see in perspective of where everything is. From this grey wool here, we're going to go up diagonal to left twice. And then we're going to bring it down 1, 2, 3, 4 using yellow wool. Underneath this, we're going to place a grey wool. We're going to go 1 to left, down 1, and to the right twice. From here, we're going to go to the right one using yellow wool, up twice, and everything in that middle shape we're going to fill in with yellow wool, of course. And it will look like this. Now, just like the other side, for the third layer, behind all the grey wool, we're going to place a yellow wool, so 3 diagonals, and we're going to connect these 2 together so it's a nice right angle shape. As you can see, they should be the exact same mirrored. This is what it looks like from the rear side. It really just does look majestic, doesn't it? I don't know what it is about this build, I really do love it. So I'll show you what it looks like from the front side as well for each wing. Of course, if you have any issues, let me know down in the comments below. I think it's pretty easy, but of course I would, because I've built this like 5 times now. So that is what it looks like at this current point in the tutorial. Of course, we're missing the head, and that's what we're going to work on right now. So for the head, what we're going to be doing is come to the front side. On the left side, we're going to place a yellow wool, bring it forwards, and on the right side, exact same. Block and bring it 1 forwards. In between, we're going to place a 4 block gap of yellow wool, and this is the first layer. So the front side of the head is indeed a 6x6 square, and the head in general is a 6x6x6 cube. So what we're going to do is come around to the left side, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to left, and same on the right side, 1, 2, 3, 4, linked together, and we now have a 6x6 square. This is, of course, our template for the head. So there'll be a 6x1 overhang on the front side, and of course the rear side. So the good news is pretty much all the detail is on the front side. So we're going to work on that first. The first layer consists of 6 yellow wool. The second layer is 1 block of quartz. We're going to leave 1 block, place 2 yellow wool, leave 1 block, and place 1 block of quartz. Now the reason I say leave a block is because we're going to be placing an upside down stair. So on the left side, we place an upside down stair facing towards the left, and on the right, we face one towards the right. Now, you have to build this off the yellow wool, otherwise it'll be a bit weird. And behind each stair, we're going to place a black wool indented into the head, so you can see the black wool, I guess, shining through. So for the third layer now, we're going to place 1 block of quartz, 1 black wool, 2 yellow wool, 1 black wool, and 1 block of quartz. For the next layer, we're going to place 1 black wool, 4 yellow wool, and 1 black wool, and then for the final 2 layers we're going to do 6 blocks of yellow wool. So that is now a 6x6 square, but it doesn't have a lot of the features. Features being eyebrows and, I guess, beak. So for the eyebrows, directly above each black wool we're going to place a 3D yellow wool, so that's 2 on each side, and once you've done that it will look like this and instantly looks 10 times angrier. Now in regards to the beak, what you're going to do is come to the bottom left corner, come to the third block, and we're going to bring it out 1, 2, 3 using orange wool. Now on the fourth block, so the block to the right of it, we're going to bring it out 4 using orange wool, and once you've done that, it looks like this. If you feel the beak is too long, simply make it 2 to 3. Personally, I don't mind. Either one works. 3 to 4, 2 to 3. Up to you. Decide which one you like the best. But that is what it looks like from the front side when you're done with that. So that, again, is a 6x6 square with quite a few 3D effects, but very, very simple nonetheless. Okay, so come around to the left side now. Again, 6x6 square is what we're going to be building. We're going to start off by punching out the bottom left corner and replacing with yellow clay. And apart from that, very, very simple. So, to the left of both of these quartz blocks, we're going to place 2 black wool. And to the left of that, we're going to place 4 yellow wool, so that is the second and third layer. For the 4th, 5th, and 6th layer, we simply place 5 yellow wool. That'll bring it all the way up to the top and give you a 6x6. Of course, ignore this because this is 3D effects on the front side. We're looking from this block to this block, and again, that'll be a 6x6. Looks like this. Okie dokie. So in regards to the right side, exact same logic applies. Next to 2 blocks of quartz, we place 2 black wool, and then the rest is simply yellow wool. So 4 blocks on the second and third, and then 5 on the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Not forgetting that in the bottom right corner, punch out the yellow wool and replace with a yellow block of clay. That is the right side, and if you come around to the rear side, it's a case of matching up. So bottom left corner should be yellow clay, same with bottom right, and then for the remaining layers we just fill in the gaps. It will link side to side and give you a 6x6. As you can see, that is the rear side, and in regards to the top, same again. So a lot of plain yellow wool, but very, very simple, and that makes life easier for not only me, but I guess all of you guys as well. But we're not done there. We're going to be adding some 3D effects to the face. So we're going to come around to the left side, and right on this lower black wall, right here, we're going to place a yellow wool coming out to the side. We're then going to go down one, and to the left one, so it's now like a right-angled shape. What we're then going to do is go down one, so from this block here, we go down one, forwards one, and punch out the original, so we have a block that's coming forwards diagonally, basically down diagonal from the bottom left corner of the face. Now this is the lower half. On the upper half, what we're going to do, so we're going to come to the upper half of the black wall, we go 1 to the left and we're going to place a yellow wool, and we're going to go up twice. We're then going to go to left one, down one, to left one, and it will look like this. Now, in regards to the other parts, we come around to the right side. Same logic applies. Come to the black wall, place a yellow block, go down to right. We're then going to go underneath this block, go down forwards, punch out that block, and you have a connection right there. That's the lower half, again, complete. In regards to the upper half, we're going to go to the black wall, the upper black wall, go one to right, place a block, go up twice, whoops, to the left one, down one, and to the right one. And that is the shape you're going to get. And there is one more thing we're going to do. So what we're going to do is we come up to the top right corner to this block right here. So the 5th block on the 6th layer. We're going to place one, and then we're going to go up diagonal. So to right side, and we're going to do the exact same on the left. So we come around to the left side, we come to the 2nd block on the left, go forwards one, and then up diagonal, and it will look something like this. It's very, very mirrored. I know it's a bit all over the place, but it's relatively simple, so shouldn't take too much time. Okay, so that leaves us with one final side, which is of course the top side of the head. So we're going to be adding almost like ears and a bit of like tufted up hair. Tufted up feathers would be the better way of putting it. So we come to the front left corner. We're going to place on the 2nd block a yellow ball. Same on the right side. From here, on the left side, we're going to go one to right. On the right, we go one to left. And on top of each block, we place 2 on the outskirts. So once you've done that, it will look like this. Now, the final step we're going to do is we got the 1st layer, 2nd layer, 3rd. We come to the 4th layer. We leave a block, place a row of 4, leave a block, and on the left side and right side, build up one using yellow wool. Once you've done that, it kind of caps it off, and as you can see, it just gives it a bit more shape at the top side of the head, and that pretty much wraps up the tutorial. Once you've done that, you have your very own legendary instinct bird, aka Zapdos. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like on the video. Again, we really would appreciate it. With the current state of YouTube as it is at the moment, if no one leaves a like, my channel's going to die, and that's kind of depressing now I think about it. So if you really could, it would be great. And if you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing. Apologies if I sound a bit down in the dumps, a bit off. It's because I'm not feeling 100%, and again, as I mentioned in a previous video not too long ago, kind of feeling a bit bummed out of YouTube at the moment. So if you want to check that out, that video, and it kind of explains the situation why, then feel free. There'll be a link in the description. But apart from that, really do hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And if you did, again, hopefully you'll stick around for more in the future. Let me know if you want to see a Moltres and a Articuno video. Also, what other Pokemon characters you want to see in the very near future. I'd appreciate that. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, my name has been Gummy. Have a great weekend, guys. And goodbye. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, won't you let the light shine through?